Welcome to this Biohack series, and the series of episodes what I'm doing on the Whealth Theory, based on the Whealth Theory, WHEALTH, where I believe that health is an integral part of wealth, or wealth is an integral part of health. I got an amazing celebrity, partner with me today. We're going to talk something very, very interesting, and you will be really excited when I tell you about him and when you hear what he has been doing and how he has grown to a celebrity level, a celebrity transformation mentor and a fitness trainer. I got Mr. Yasir Khan. Yasir Khan,
Thank you.
welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Yasir Khan, has become one among the top 5 celebrity trainers and a transformation mentor in this region. And definitely it's an inspiring story for all the people who are in the health and fitness and wellness space. And of course, it's an inspiring story for a lot of common people who really wanted to do something about it, about their health and about their well-being. Because I've been seeing the kind of transformation people have gone through after attending your programs, various different programs like the KSN and all those different programs. And the kind of excitement I have seen in them, the true conviction what they have gone through. But, for our audience, I would like to hear from you, what has been your journey? Because I'm sure that anyone who comes into the space of fitness, especially, because it requires a lot of discipline to really stay fit, there must be some personal story, some personal incident or some breakthrough which must have happened sometime in your life. So can we start this, the conversation with that?
Yes, definitely. First of all, thank you for having me here and, bringing out my story through this platform. So I started training when I was just 12 to 13 years old, between that. And I'm from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, India. And I've studied in madrasa from the age of 4 till the age of 13, 9 years. And those 9 years, I have fought for my freedom. So madrasa is the Islamic boarding school, basically. Mm-hmm. And I never wanted to study there because I was too young to be there. And 4 years is a very small age. And when you are sent away from your family, everyone for 2 years at straight, then that's what ignited me and made me very rebellious. So then my journey of finding my freedom and to live the way I wanted started. And for 9 years, I fought for that. And after 9 years, when I achieved that, of course, I won and my family failed in that. But their failures taught me a very big lesson that worked later at a stage. Initially, if I hated anything, was discipline. If I hated, because I had to wake up 4 a.m. in the morning at the age of 4. Boarding school. 4 a.m. in the morning. I did everything on my own from the age of 4. I made my bed first thing in the morning, ate my food on time. There was a timetable discipline, very hardcore. And if you would not follow it, you will get beaten or scolded very badly. So, and that's the reason I hated it. But later on, when I started training, I did not know that you build muscles not just by lifting weights, but actually lifting yourself up. So that's what I compare discipline with. For me, discipline is standard. That's my standard. I set my standard very high for me and for the people who are around me. I want to transform and I want to change everyone and make them live a better life. Anyone who does not live, as per my standard, I say, thank you very much. I mean, it's your life. You can decide whatever the way you want to live. I'm no one to decide. Yeah. But if you ask me for help, if you say like how you do it, I also want to do it, then I will ask for the commitment. And then once they commit, I'll make them follow it. So that's how it started. Initially, it was everything I did it was for a reason. For an example, at the age of 13, when I was just doing push-ups at home because I wanted to become strong, I had that anger and rage in me because of the long fight of 9 years for my freedom. When I got that, I started just doing push-ups because I wanted to feel strong from inside, and I was feeling very negative and depressed at a very young age. And I did not have anyone to discuss and to talk about it. When I started it, then I realized that I'm training very hard, but I still need to do something to become stronger.
Okay.
Like you need to feed. So when I found out that I need to feed myself, so I started my first business as a milkman. I started selling milk in my area.
What was your age that time?
I was 13.
13, okay.
So I started selling milk so that I can, the point was not to make money because I never understood businesses. Point was just so that I will be able to save 250 ml of milk, which I will be able to drink every day, and that will be my diet.
Okay.
Because milk, protein is your, that's what required as a whey protein. Then, of course, when I started, okay, once one thing is secure, that is my food through milk. Then I said, like, now I need to join a gym. When I went to join a gym, of course, there was fees I was unable to afford. I said, like, okay, I will do whatever work you have. So they said, like, you can clean the gym.
Okay.
I started as a cleaning gym so that I can get to
This was
when
in
I can
Bhopal?
work out. Yeah, this was in
Okay.
Bhopal. Then I started cleaning gym so that I can get to train. Then since I did not go to school, so I was late to go to school and I wanted to study as well. So I started working at a bookstall where I can read all the magazines and newspapers and learn to read first and then started reading. So I worked these odd jobs three years and started building myself. So one was for knowledge, one was for my food, and one was for my body to become stronger. So all the jobs, that was the basic. And from there, I started working on developing my skills, started educating myself, and that's how the journey starts.
Okay.
And I started transforming and training people first. But it became transformation because I always worked for the outcome. What will happen if I do this? What will happen if I will do that? Like, for an example, my first business was for a reason, not to just make money, but to feed myself.
Okay.
Second job was gym, so that I can train. Third job was bookstall, so that I can read and educate myself. Everything was for a reason.
Yeah.
Same way, when I train people, it is for a reason. What will happen? What will be the outcome?
But had you decided that time itself that you wanted to be in the space of fitness and you want to be a fitness trainer, or it just happened like that?
And there was no such profession at that time. There was only one small gyms and one coach.
Yeah.
There was no personal trainers. There was no fitness professionals. It just happened. I don't know how it happened. It just happened, and that's why I believe in God very strongly, because the way my life has been, the way I have lived, it seems like a perfect plan, and which I don't know how. And I don't think no one can say how it happened.
Yeah.
But when I look back and when I see everything happened for a reason,
For a bit of plan.
everything.
Yeah.
And that's why no regret, no blames, nothing. That's why initially I hated the discipline, but later on today, my discipline is one of my most powerful tool, which I teach people, and which is I'm known for, which I hated at that time. So that's how everything happened for a reason.
Yeah, even yesterday evening, I was having a discussion with one of the cricketers. So, the same topic came up. And interestingly, most of the time people get upset when they go through certain process, especially if it is so challenging, something which you don't like. But maybe 10 years down the line, when you reach a certain destination, when you look back, when you connect the dots towards the back, then you understand, this is why it happened that point of time. You spotted it very well, because you said at one point of time, I hated this thing called discipline. And right now, discipline is what is actually feeding you, right?
Exactly. I mean, from around the world, people come and they want to learn this from me. How do I do it? Now I have the whole process of it.
Yeah.
I have built the whole program out of it, and the how step by step you can build discipline in your life. Because I strongly believe in today's time, this is what the world needs. This is the antidote of your depression.
Correct.
This is the antidote of your anxiety.
Yeah.
This is the antidote of your just not being happy.
That's right. Yeah.
Discipline is the answer. The sooner people understand, the sooner they will be able to live better.
And what made you to shift to Dubai and make it?
So when I was working in India, when I was transforming, I worked in television also a bit. I worked on many magazine cover pages. I was a fitness model at that time for the brands also. I worked and doing fitness, personal training on the side constantly. Then the time came, I was in MTV Splitsvilla in 2014. I was the finalist there. And then I decided that I want to do something which is very challenging. And I want to, so I was rising, I was growing at that time. And maybe the success was coming too fast to me and I was not ready for that. And I said like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to become complacent in life. I don't want to become comfortable. I don't want to become that I am something.
Yeah.
That's because I learned, because the journey was so long and so difficult that I learned to stay in that discomfort, uncomfortable situations. I decided to move to Dubai 9 years ago. In 2015, I came and started from the scratch again. People used to recognize me in elevators and malls and all. Oh, I've seen you in television.
Okay, that way, yeah, right.
But then it took me 1 year to actually find my first client who I did transform, and then one after another. The results were such that the transformation word no one used at that time, and I was the one who was transforming people. And now 9 years here I am. I've traveled the world. I have learned a lot in this journey and competed worldwide. I was doing classic bodybuilding competition, fitness modeling competitions also, and educated myself. You know, education is something which is which never stops.
Yeah.
I educate myself every single day. If there is anything which is in my routine, is to read, to something, to work on my programs, to work on myself. I'm very critical about every actions I take, mistakes.
So even
I
now
make.
you
Yes.
spend some time on reading.
Yes, I like my favorite. If you ask me what is my favorite time pass, is doing nothing. That's my favorite time pass. Doing nothing, being nothing.
I heard this from many successful people. Yeah, yeah.
So just do nothing. I just want to sit. I just want to think. I just want to be in quiet and don't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
No one should come to me, and no interruption. So I have built a very good recovery area in TYB now, and I sit in the sauna. I do massage, and I just sit in quiet over there. Maybe cold plunge, ice bath I take.
Yeah, recovery. I just want to discuss that. Before that, you know, this question maybe for all the people who are trying to build a career in the fitness training or that space, because in Dubai itself, there are thousands of fitness trainers and coaches are there, and very few has reached a level of a celebrity, kind of a stature, which you have achieved. So, what really made you to that reach? Because that may be something people would be interested to know.
First of all, I don't know if I'm a celebrity, but thank you, Alhamdulillah, for whatever the status I have got. I'm very grateful to be where I am today. I think it has nothing to do with me. It's the kind of people I have come across. I have learned a lot from people, and the kind of clients. It's just like I'm someone who can understand people's pain and their issues, and I just try to help them, and they made me what I am today.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
It's maybe it's the hard work and the struggle of
my. You mean to say that you give the best to the clients, and then
yes, it's just the return, because I am just doing my job. I'm just working passionately, and it's the way I have seen my parents working always very hard. My father is a farmer, and always have seen him working at the field. And my mother is she works in the library. She's a librarian in a small library, and always have seen my parents very hardworking. We never had anything. We never have not been, fortunate to have even go to school or all the basics of the things. So I think that's my drive. That's what I always operate from, very basic level. I stay grounded, and whatever the celebrity status and the kind of what I have become today is, I think, just because of the people.
Wonderful. I think another important aspect which I believe and also I preach is the connectivity between your brain and your muscles, or you can call it as a neuromuscular or muscular-neuro connectivity. I'm sure that as a person who has created so many transformations, you must have been doing something towards it, by which because if I'm suppose I'm doing some workout, and if my thought process is completely different, or are you advising people that you focus on that specific muscle which has to be built? So do you have some kind of techniques which can be applied?
One thing which is the most important thing, and thank you for asking me this amazing question. I always tell people it's mind and muscle connection, right? I tell my clients, when you're working out, visualize. So if I will take you back in time when I started training, I we have lived in a very small house.
Okay.
It was around 400 square feet.
Oh,
That's it.
almost like a room.
Yeah, it's a very small room. For that too, on top there was shades. I had just one corner, and there was one small. It was not even a bed. It was basically a storage where you keep. So I used to sleep on top.
Almost like a coach.
Yes.
Kind of.
So I used to sleep on top of that. So this corner was just mine.
Mm.
This is it. In this corner, what I did, since I did not know how to read, but I was working at a bookstall, but I didn't know how to read. So I used to, all the old magazines, I used to cut the pictures and I used to put it there. And I used to tell myself, like, one day I'm going to become like this. My physique will be like this. I'm going to live like a lifestyle like this guy, this guy, this guy. And then I started learning English, and then I started reading their autobiographies also. So I started visualizing. Today, alhamdulillah, I have achieved everything, whatever I have visualized. So the power of visualization, the power of mind. First, your mind, if anything your mind can conceive, your body can achieve. Because everything you achieve through your body.
Yeah.
Be it status, money, physical fitness, material, relationships, everything is through your body.
That's right.
But first, it needs to be conceived and your mind needs to be convinced. So I did that, and I did not know this is the process. That's why I said, like, it just happened. Everything happened for a reason in my life.
Look at that.
Then everything I put in the program, I've programmed the whole process for to teach other people now.
I mean, in this transformation programs.
In my Kaizen program in TYB, there is a whole process of how I teach these things, and that's how people achieve such results also. So that's why mind that's my main tool. Body, I don't worry about the body. And yes, your form needs to be good, but there is no one the best exercise. People always say, tell me one best exercise. I can't say one. Every exercise is a good exercise. You just need to do it consistently.
Yeah.
But how will you do it consistently if you don't have the mindset? My focus is on building that mindset to train consistently. My focus is to build that mindset to sleep on time and wake up on time, to have that discipline. My mindset is that you eat healthy and you don't get bored of eating healthy.
Yeah.
That's what I focus on.
But, just to ask you a question connected to that.
Yeah.
Now, when you're talking about, yes, of course, the concept, what you're talking about, the mind, what mind conceives and believes and man achieves. Now, suppose I'm coming to joining a transformation program with you, and maybe, you are inspiring me to see that desired outcome, and want me to visualize that desired outcome. But the question is, how do you make me consistent with that visualization? Because even to visualize, I need to have discipline.
Yeah.
So how do you make me, staying consistent with that particular desired outcome visualization?
I'm loving your question, by the way. So very first thing, I will ask you about who you are, what you do. So let's say, for an example, hypothetically, you will say, like, I'm a husband, I'm a father.
Okay.
That's it. I will hold that.
Yeah.
Because if you're a husband and you're a father, both ways it shows you're a responsible man. If you're a responsible man, both places required strength. Responsibility you can only hold when you have a strength.
That's right.
So very first thing I will tap into, so are you strong? You say, like, no, I'm not disciplined. I'm not this. And it's like, let's build on that.
Yeah.
Let's work on making you stronger. Once you are stronger, then it means for you to become stronger. And if you have these responsibilities, it means you want to fulfill these responsibilities also.
Yeah.
So I need to connect with your emotional level. That will bring you to me every day. That will bring you, because you want to be strong. And once you start seeing that change, I will start pushing you towards the transformation.
Great.
And then you're hooked to become better every day.
Yeah.
That's what continuous progress Kaizen program also.
So that means as long as I have that desire to be a good husband, a good dad, I will stay.
Of course, because you're responsible.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone can take this responsibility of being a father and the husband.
Yeah.
If you are, it means you have responsibilities on your shoulders, and you are a provider.
That's right.
And when you provide, you need strength, you need stamina, you need endurance, you need discipline, because you expect your son to take your place and look after the family. How? If he doesn't have discipline, and if you don't have discipline, how your son will follow that?
Wonderful. I think it's very good narrative when it comes to not just in fitness space. Many people, even in their business goals, when they set their business goals, I think, when you are saying it, I can connect that. Because unless and until if I'm not responsible to somebody, something, could be my parents, could be my children, could be to my job, could be to the business I am doing, I have every chance of deviating from this.
Yeah. See, in families, there are always issues with husband and wife. They have arguments, and with kids, there is argument. As a father, you don't argue, and as a husband, you don't argue or get upset because they do wrong. It's not that.
Yeah.
You know that you are doing wrong and you are getting upset because it's the guilt.
That's
It's
right.
not them.
That's right. Yeah.
It's you,
I agree.
and you know that you have failed, and you have failed to teach them also. It's not their fault. You failed, and your anger and your
Absolutely.
argument
I
comes from
totally
your own
agree.
failure.
Totally agree.
So I focus on these values. Now, since I can judge it, right? I
Yeah,
can sense
yeah,
that who you
yeah.
are. So I can tell you about you, but I can, if there was a woman or there is a young guy, I would speak from their point of view, because when those 9 years was taken away from me when I was child, so something God has gifted me with, and which I don't know how it operates, but it does operate, and I can sense, and I can connect with people, and I can help people to their core level, and it just happened. I don't claim that I it will happen,
Right.
but I can try, and it is working.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, getting into something connected to the profession, or rather the fitness training, when we were actually offline, we were discussing about the recovery. I think very few people talk about or really focus on this most important aspect of, even building your strong muscles, that is the recovery.
Yeah.
And people go get train, and they don't even look at whether you're getting proper recovery or not. I think you should give some tips, very important tips, because this is something which I have seen from common people who go to gym. They don't understand even what is recovery. Even people who in sports, they don't understand what is recovery. Yes. I had an incident because we run a biohack center in India. So, one of the football team's manager, they came to visit our center. So I asked them very specifically, he said the major problem what we face right now is that our team always, after a few rounds, they are always prone for injury, and then the recovery, they're not coming out of the injury. So by the time we reach the final matches, the best players are all out. So I said, what do you do for recovery? He said, what do you mean? I said, when they are injured, what do you do? No, we do the normal thing, like in the sense, we have the doctors, they will do certain things. I said, there are scientific processes for recovery. Yeah. But unfortunately, I said, many people, even the experts, so-called experts, having not much of an idea about the importance of recovery. If you could throw some light on this, that'll be great for the society.
A very most important thing, of course, depends on if you are an athlete, if you are a normal person, but I think recovery is the base for everything. And that is why we have both sun and the moon.
Right.
Moon is melatonin hormone. Sun is the serotonin hormone.
Yeah.
So one is active, one is deactive.
Yeah.
So sun makes you more active and moon makes you more mellow. So moon is the time for recovery. Sun is the time for work. It's been decided not by me, by the creator.
Yeah.
People usually come to me and say like, yes, sir, I cannot sleep at 10 p.m. or 11. I sleep at 3 because of I said like, talk to the moon, don't tell me.
Yeah.
If you can change his time,
yeah,
I have no problem.
Or else you redefine the circadian rhythm.
Yeah, you decide. Up to you, because if you zoom out in the universe, you will not be able to find the earth. If you zoom out in the whole universe, you can't even. There's a trillions of stars, and there is one is Earth.
True.
So you can't even find that. Then who are you? How can you decide that the moon will change the time and sun will? So change your work, change your lifestyle according to them. You don't ask them to change according to you. Otherwise, suffer. Either accept the suffering or change it.
Correct.
So number one, the most important thing is circadian rhythm. Your sleep. Because your brain and your body recovers, your growth hormone is released different at different time of the night.
Correct.
And after certain hours, it works differently, because that's the time. The growth is what some people think the growth hormone is released means bodybuilders. You will become growth. Your muscle will become bigger. But even the damaged muscle fibers in the tissues and the rupture tendons, tears, that will also, growth hormone will repair them.
Correct.
While you're sleeping. So if you will not sleep, you are just tightening those areas, and you are just going to break it. And that's how majority of my recoveries, I cure my clients by fixing their sleep, water intake, hydration, and proper food. This is the main, and then I make them move their body after that. But what happens in the normal world, people first start training, and then maybe if they can think about these things or they don't. So first is the circadian rhythm according to the timing of your sleep. I suggest people 9 to 10, you go to bed, wake up between 4 to 5 a.m. That's the time you sleep and that's the time you wake up. Then drink 3 to 4 liters, depending in which country, because some people say like, oh, Yasir says drink 4-5 liters of water. If you are living in Dubai, this is common. That much, because 5 minutes you are out, your 1 liter water is down, because in 5 minutes you will sweat so much. In different countries, different areas, you need to drink different kind of water and the amount of physical activity you have. If I'm running 10 kilometers a day, I need to drink a liter extra. 1.5 liter extra. So my water automatically becomes 5 liters. What is wrong in that then? Because depending on my consumption, I'm drinking. Same way, I eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories I consume. That is normal for me. Yes, of course, if someone who is sitting constantly, 3,000, 4,000 calories will become too much. So recovery, then cold plunges, massage, deep tissue massage. These things comes secondary. But the most important thing, where people go to the Cairo, they go to the cold plunge, ice bath, they will get to this different therapies, but they will not sleep. They will just not sleep properly. First is sleep, and then everything gets fixed.
If you're compromising on that, the rest of the things may not have that kind of impact.
Nothing will work.
You're right, absolutely.
Sooner or later, you're just going to suffer more.
And I think even when we talk about biohacking, actually, I think the most important thing is if you don't know how to hack your sleep and properly, because you are saying it in the right way. Like some people say that I prefer to work in the night. I will go to bed at 2:00. That's more comfortable for me. So that means you are actually slave to something else. You are not able to hack your own sleep.
Yes.
Which is the most important
thing. And there
thing.
is a way to do it. Like you meditate. Like I usually journal and I read before I go to bed, because that calms my mind. And the kind of stuff I read, the kind of I follow a lot stoicism. So I read a lot of stoic quotes. I read stoic books, and before I'm going to bed, and then I sleep on the floor. I don't sleep on bed.
Really?
Yeah, I sleep on the floor. So I make my bed. So I make before I go to bed and after I wake up, both the time. So I know this is my routine. I need to put a bed sheet on top of the small mattress, and then I need to put my pillow there. I need to put my cooler there. I need to put my water there. So all of that.
It's a kind of a process.
Yes. So I like to do the process, that I am doing something for myself. And that is, people think that they are precious when other people are slave to them, but I am precious because I am slave to myself. I am doing it for me. And I'm not doing it for the same people are doing emailing, replying, working. They're slave to others, but they're not slave to them. You take care of yourself first, and then do whatever you want to do. And I don't work, after 7 p.m. Because I believe I never work. I mean, this is not my work. This is just my passion. So, but when people are like obliged to answer to people, I find that is work. And I'm not obliged to answer to anyone. Absolutely. I don't answer to anyone. And so then it means like, but I still calm down after 7 p.m. Like there's no driving, there's nothing. I stay away from my phone, I stay away from the television, and just spend time with my parents. My parents lives with me. So just like some, just journal talking, just journal conversation with my dad. So my dad is 75 and he still trains every day.
Oh, really?
So he shares this happened in the gym.
Wow.
I work out at this. I'm lifting. Tomorrow I'm going to eat this. Today I ate that. So all that I listen, and then I go to bed.
I love the way you narrated the process to which you get into sleep, because I always tell my audience that we have to treat sleep as an important function. It's not like when you're tired, you just go.
Just lie down anywhere and in any form.
It's like the day is over. I think tomorrow. My principle is your tomorrow starts today evening.
Yes, 100%.
Because it all depends. Today, if I am able to perform only because I had a good night's sleep yesterday, so last night.
Yes.
So I need to really do my own preparation because we. On a daytime, when you go to office, we prepare. We dress up well.
Yes.
We do everything. We take bath. But how much preparation we do to go to bed?
I love I love making my room smell nice, and it's dark, it's cozy, it's cold, and there is no interruption. There's no electronic,
No white
gadgets,
light.
nothing. I just like dark, and then I sleep, because that's the only time I lie down an entire day. Apart from that, I never lie down. So I wake up at 4 in the morning, sometimes 3:30, depending on my routine, and I go to bed around between 8 to 9. So if that is the time, I always like to go to bed, not just go to bed and sleep. I like to go at least half an hour before, because I like to read a bit. Then I read and then I fall asleep.
Yeah. See, I generally promote one concept, Yasir, called wealth theory.
Yes.
You know, so where I put an H inside the wealth, so that, you know, people should understand. It's not like health is wealth. It's everything, you know, like it has to be integrated. Because, you know, in my experience, right, for the last 20, 25 years, I've been the human transformation space, you know, helping people to grow in their career, business, and all those aspects. But I started doing a lot of motivational events, then moved to neuroscience-based thought process re-engineering programs. And the deeper you go into it, you start understanding that all these things, to a greater extent, depends on your physiology.
Yes.
You know, just by focusing on your mind and empowering your mind, but still you have a hormonal imbalance, you are having, your gut doesn't function the proper way. So that's where I started bringing in this concept of bringing health into the wealth. It is not like, you know, you are healthy, you can make wealth. No, it has to be integrated.
Yes.
And ultimately, we talk about the concept of human performance optimization, which is a theme for the World Biohack Summit this time. Now, you know, this could be a question which would be interest to entrepreneurs, you know, high performers, artists, who may not be in the field of fitness, or who may not be in the field of bodybuilding. You know, from your experience, you have seen people's growth, you know, ups and downs. When their physiology improves, how much enhancement you have seen in their personal and you know, their professional performance?
100%. 100% changes happened when your physiology improved. So it's like, if you know, when you go in the mall,
Yeah.
or, you know, airport, or where you find a lot of people. And now you're not going to talk to people. If you're not going to talk to everyone, maybe you'll talk to one person or two.
Yeah.
But you just sit quiet and just observe people and their body languages. Automatically you will have a judgment that who is he, who is she, what's wrong. Automatically you will make your mind by just seeing their body language.
Right.
So it clearly shows, if you have slouchy shoulders, if you're sitting like this, it means you're sad and you're upset, you're not happy.
Yeah.
And if you're like sitting like this, your chest is out and your shoulders are back, you know that you're happy and you're strong.
Yeah.
You can handle situations.
Having a high self-image.
You have high self-esteem, you have self-respect. So self-respect is when it comes with what you do for yourself, how you treat yourself. That's what self-respect is. And that has a lot to do with your physiology, with your body language.
The posture.
And your posture.
Yeah.
Because here, what's going on in your mind, that shows in your body.
Absolutely.
Because there is no projector to this. You can't show it. How strong my mind, I cannot show you.
Yeah.
But I can only show you through my action how strong my mind is.
Yeah.
And action comes from your body. Even what I'm saying, it's my physiology.
Yeah.
It's my voice is coming from my body.
Yeah.
So that is my physiology. Same, this gesture, my muscles are moving because my subconscious mind is making it move.
Yeah.
In this way. So it has a lot to do. I focus a lot on, so when I train people, I don't just train the people who are heavyweight and just make them lose weight. I always ask for their profession. So what do you do? So you're a teacher, you're a professor, you are a CEO of so-and-so company, you are a driver, you are some people just like their priorities, husband, wife, and whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, fine. Now when I'm going to train you, I even design the program, what is going to benefit their profession, what's going to add value in their profession. Now, if I'm going to make you super muscular and you are a teacher, first of all, it's not going to add any value. But
Absolutely.
if you are leaner, I want to make you more, I want to optimize your physical and mental health. so that you can give more to people because you're teaching. So you need to showcase through your discipline and mental toughness that what these students will learn from you, right? So I focus on all these small little areas to change their physiology. As to your question is, how physiology can change your profession and how it can help you.
Absolutely.
So there are many ways, and there is a different kind of training also. For an example, if you're a teacher, you know that you will wear most of either the t-shirt or shirts. You're not going to wear a vest and go to a university and teach. So when you're wearing that, now I need to work more on your forearms.
Right.
Why? Because you need, in your gesture, it should show that you work out.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to work on your entire body. You're going to become leaner, but your neck, your forearms needs to be, and you need to be more flat. There is like not too much of your muscles, not too much of your chest is coming out, not too much of your back is developed, unless you are a professional bodybuilder or something. Also, you do something and then you teach also, that is a different thing. But your major is teaching, then I want, because you stand, so I need you to be on your feet longer hours.
Correct.
I need you to have a posture. Even when you sit, people should always get inspired. It's not like you're sitting like this and now a student is coming and how you will talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you're,
absolutely.
If you notice, when you have a wrong posture and wrong physiology, people will trust you less in your profession.
Yeah.
You know?
We have seen that happening even in business discussions, when you are sitting across a negotiation, definitely your body posture, the way you are sitting, like what you said, the shoulders open, and the kind of posture makes all the difference. This even simple thing is when people don't understand that, when you are sitting and discussing something and you are leaning your body towards the front, that itself shows that you're listening.
Yes.
So that means your body reflects so much. So I'm really impressed the way you are narrating that for each profession you can actually,
I
like a
can work
sculpture. You are
in the more detail when it comes to the 1.5 figure of your shoulder and your waist ratio. That's for an example, if your waist is like, let's say 30, you need to have a 45 inch of your chest. And that's a ratio of your 1.5 figure, and that comes in females also and males also. That's opposite sex, the way they attract to each other, that shows that they are right. Yeah. Because we like the similar in body type in the females and they like the similar body type in the males. That's natural. Yeah. I'm not deciding, and I'm not like saying like the sexualizing the figures, but that's nature. I'm not the one who decided it. It's nature. It's law of nature. That's how it works, because automatically broad shoulders, narrow waist, a woman would think like this person is more trustworthy and he can take care of me and my child. Same way, when the woman is fit and when they have a broader, their hip line, you can see that they can bear the child in a more stronger way. It's very simple.
Natural.
So naturally, your hormone will attract to the other hormone, and the opposite hormone will attract to yours automatically. And that's what nature is. What happened, the way we think has become, because now there's a status in the society and this and that. So we forgot our basics. And I just bring back the most basic things.
Yeah, you're talking, when you were explaining all those things, I was thinking as if you're like a sculpture or actually shaping the...
I do that, yeah. That's because, see, I work from the mind to the body to all the details, and then the habits and the discipline, because I like to work with people and make them, because I always question myself. Whenever I feel low, I always question myself. Have I been useful today? And if I have done something right and I have said something right to the people who did not give me any return, but yes, I have done for them, it means yes, I have been useful to those people. Yeah. So I like to make my clients also useful to other people. So if you're a father, if you're a mother, if you're a child, if you're anything, I want to see how can I make you more useful to the society, because that's how I have become. Yeah. And I just want to teach this to other people, because they also expect the same.
Yeah, when you are helping somebody else to be more useful to the society or more useful to their connected circle, their self-image also improves automatically. Yeah, you're right.
That's the leadership quality, right? That's the leaders we are missing in today's time.
Yeah, I know exactly. When it comes to Biohack Summit, with your experience in this region for the last almost a decade, how relevant is this, the concept of biohacking in this particular time?
I think everyone should take a leave from their work, from schools, and they should come and they should listen to these kind of conversation and these be a part of this kind of events, because this is the need of the hour. This is very, very important, where the mental health and the physical health is going.
Yeah.
Which I like to say mental toughness and physical toughness. That's what I tell my clients. But in so-called in the system, we say mental health and physical health. Where it's going, we need these kind of events, and we need to support this even more, so that it reaches out to more people and it grows, so that people who are watching, let's say through a podcast, and they come physically over there, because themselves and then their family members and their surrounding also need this.
Absolutely.
And they should 100%. This is the need of the hour.
Yeah, I think that's the objective also, because we wanted to send this message across to the world that you can hack your own biology and live a very fulfilling life, long, healthy, productive
100%.
life. And if, the most important thing with this kind of summits is that hacking your own biology is possible with the support of experts like Mr. Yasir Khan, because I know that, if someone has to really listen to you or get your consultation, the amount of money they have to pay, but here actually they can come and you can actually experience your knowledge, gain your knowledge right in the summit. So we are super excited to host you in the World Biohack Summit Day.
Thank you.
And so
Can't wait.
So that was Mr. Yasir Khan for you. And, you all must have got a lot of enlightening messages from Mr. Yasir Khan. In fact, I was having a lot of goosebump moments, because all the things what you said is far beyond what normally a fitness trainer or a transformation coach can tell, because you have brought in the experiences of so many different success stories in one single shot. So thank you so much, and we are looking forward to you delivering your best in the World Biohacks Summit stage, and we are there to support you in your endeavor to transform the entire world. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.